Hello, Keb. Hi.
Hi, there I am.
Hi,
Good.
Keb. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm great, man. Thanks. I'm really good. Um, can you see okay? Yeah.
I think I'm okay. You're good?
Yeah. Where are you at this moment in time?
I told you I'd have to kill you.
Well, that's one of the best answers I've ever had in an interview. We'll leave it at that then. We'll leave it at that.
It's my alarm, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I chatted to you briefly after the show at Union Chapel.
Oh, well, what a fun night that was. Yeah.
That was a great
Yeah.
night, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you played the Union Chapel?
No, I've been played this several times.
Oh, right. Okay.
At least three. That might have been the third time. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I've lost. Oh my goodness, what's happened? There you gone. See, sorry. Yeah, it is an amazing venue, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Sounds great. People are great. The vibe is cool.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to see maybe Staples there a few years ago. That was the first time we ever visited, so it is a special kind of. I think it's probably my favourite venue in the whole of London.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So I've been listening to your new album Breakdown, which I think is fantastic, and I'm not just saying that. Tell me about when you started recording it and how it came about.
It was recorded early this year, January, at my house, and it was quite a labor of love.
Right.
No, because just spent a lot of time on honing very simple guitar parts to get it to when the song was speaking right, and it was doing its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wanted everything just perfect.
Huh?
Did you want everything perfect? Just
Well,
that's your way of recording.
My philosophy is like this: I can make it as perfect as I want it, but it's never going to be perfect.
That's another great. That is a great answer, Keb. Yeah.
I just get it to where I think it's going to be, and it's going to go on, and I'm not embarrassed, and I'm happy about it, and I've done the best I can, and I let it go.
Yeah. Did you write all the material yourself, Keb?
No, I did a lot of co-writes in it. What's the co-writes? The only one I didn't hand it over. Yeah, a lot of co-writes on there. I collaborated with songs.
Oh, right. Anyone in particular?
In particular, I mean, like notables, famous names, and
Well, anybody. Yeah, anybody.
Well, the first one was Arthur Adams, Lauren Lucas, Zach Allen, Rita Coolidge, Jill.
Oh, wow.
What's another one? I'm going on the list in my head. Mark Beeson, Andrea Weltman, Rebecca Carrillo, and Colin Linden.
Wow. So they only sent me a download of it, so they don't send me all the information that you would get on a CD or a vinyl. So you're scratching around for some, to find out. That's why I love a CD or a vinyl. So it's got every bit of information on there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you don't sort of get them as much nowadays. It's easier for people to send. It's drilling next door. It's easier for people to send a download nowadays, isn't it?
People still like to see the credits, though.
Oh yeah, that's why.
I love the credits. I love the surprises you get, and sometimes, like I put people on there. If I got somebody really like cool and famous, I don't put a feature on it. I just bury them in the credits. The name pops up. Boom.
Yeah.
What? I know. No.
Yeah, I understand. I think it makes for a better, when I'm reviewing an album, it makes for a better review if I've got all the information. I want to know who plays cowbell and, and who plays bass. It doesn't matter whether they're famous or not.
I can tell you who the guest star. You probably tell who the guest star. On cut number 3, Don't Make It Like We Used To. That's take 6. And on the Hand It Over, it's the Soweto Gospel Choir.
Wow. Where did you first meet those guys? In Soweto or? Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. No, I met them in Johannesburg, and they were around, and I was over there on a cultural trip, and a gentleman named William W-I-A-N, who was the sponsor of the trip, introduced me to the choir. And we went and recorded over at Fame Studios in Johannesburg, and it was cool, It was about 5 years ago, probably, maybe,
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah. So I love to hear a gospel choir.
I was holding on to it for a long time. I didn't know quite what to do. We knew what to do, but I just found out. I did it, and it's turned out pretty cool.
It did, yeah, it did turn out. But the whole album, do you prefer making it like an album, just acoustic album like that, rather than having a full band around you?
I like all of it. It's not
right, okay.
It's like making an album. And this one was so much fun because I had to really work. Like, when you got some drums and bass going, you just sprinkle your guitar on top of it and do some chords and bang lang lang lang, But like when it's just a guitar, you got to really think about it as a whole accompaniment, and it's gotta sing,
Yeah,
sing under the song, just right.
Yeah, I suppose with a band, you've got places to hide if you wanted to. Yeah.
You can't hide.
Yeah. So with this, you've got no place to hide, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it came out really well. I'm going to get it on vinyl, definitely. I won't buy a CD anymore. I get sent them very rarely, but I will only buy a vinyl now.
All our CD players are like in a corner somewhere with the cord wrapped around it. It's like,
Yeah.
When they stop making them, I don't think they really make them anymore. And when yours breaks, what do? It's just you just shit out of luck.
Shit out of luck. Yeah. Yeah, but the whole sound of a vinyl, it just makes it so much more enjoyable.
It's always been better. It's just
without a shadow of a doubt, Because my wife keeps saying, "Well, you've been sent a CD by somebody. Why have you got to go out and buy the vinyl? Because it sounds better. That's why.
And it's gonna last.
And it's gonna last. Yeah.
As long as you don't leave it in your car on a hot day.
No, I've never done that. Sometimes she'll say, you take more care of your albums than you do of anything else in the house. I went, yeah. Yeah, I do, yeah. And I've got grandkids now, and I'm explaining to them, and one of them's learning guitar, and, I said, well, I'll lend you this one, but you've got to take care of it. Do you want to listen to this one? And they go, yeah. I said, well, hold it properly and then clean it before,
Yeah.
Teach him young how to look after vinyl. Yeah, but he's learning blues guitar, and so he's really into it. No, this came pretty much hot off the heels with the album with Taj Mahal, A Room in the Porch, didn't it?
Oh, not too far. Yeah, it came pretty close. Maybe not even a year, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to interview both of you about that album. That's another great album, isn't it? Just you and Taj.
Thank you, man. That was a fun album to make.
Yeah. How long have you known Taj Mahal and been?
I've known him since actually personally since 1994.
Well, it's a long time.
Yeah, but I first heard him in 1969. So that was,
when you were slightly younger.
Just a little bit, maybe 40 years younger. I'm not sure.
Well, I was 8. I was 8 in 1969, so so I hadn't quite gotten to the level of
yeah. I got a chance to hear him, and it's right when he was starting to get hot.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, he's just one of these people that's up there, at the top table.
Yeah.
At the top table. Oh, absolutely, yeah. So how did you first get into music? What were you listening to? Did you hear something on the radio, or did you have a music in the family?
Well, I got into music the first time I heard a record called "Get a Job" on the radio, and then when I was about 10 years old, they had auditions to be in the beginning band at the school, elementary school.
Right.
My mother asked me, did I want to audition for it? Did I want to try out? And I told her, no, I didn't. And it kind of pissed her off. She said, oh, no, you don't try out.
Well, yeah, if Mum says you're going to do it, yeah.
Yeah, and I tried out, and they put me on the trumpet.
Trumpet? Oh, okay.
That was the beginning. And then I went from trumpet, and a couple of years later, I ended up on steel drums. I went from steel drums to guitar, back to steel drums, the French horn, back to the guitar, back to the guitar, back to the guitar, back to the guitar.
So it was, yeah. So the guitar wasn't your first instrument that you picked up then? No.
No.
Well,
I fell in love through the trumpet, through like being involved with music and having an instrument in my hand and the ability to make some kind of like god awful noise. Imagine falling in love with music. You know?
Well, that's how everybody starts, I guess. It's just about making a noise, and then you figure the rest of the shit out, don't you?
Yeah, when you go like, wow, I made a noise. Joe Bonamassa told me. Joe Bonamassa is from a family of trumpet players, you know. And he tells
well, yes, his dad was a trumpet player, wasn't he?
And he said, well, once he grabbed the guitar and hit that big power E chord, he said, I knew I was home.
I spoke to Joe a couple of weeks ago, actually. I chatted with Joe, and it was about the upcoming Buddy Guy concert that's going to be happening. So we're trying to get a few people. We're going to do a big feature on that in the magazine. And Joe was kind enough to, you know, speak about just the Buddy Guy concert, you know. Yeah. So are you involved in that in any way?
No, I didn't get a call.
Oh.
Probably. I guess I wasn't out there, so I wasn't on the list. I'm a lot of times, sometimes I'm not blues enough for the blues.
Well, I've seen some on the list that aren't quite, I would have said they're not quite blues enough to be on there, but, you know, who am I to say?
But Buddy Guy is an icon, so, you know, I know him. I have his phone number. I mean, I could call him and ask him why I'm not.
Yeah, be like, Buddy, why am I not on this list, man?
Wait a minute, boy.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But maybe I got the call and I was on the road or something. I was keeping going. I don't know.
Well, never mind. You know.
All right.
Yeah, it's still going to be great. I did a little piece about it, and I said it was Live Aid for the blues when you look at the lineup.
Where's it going to be, if I might ask?
Who is it going to be?
Where is it going to be?
Well, it's going to be in New York, apparently.
Where at the what? You know where you're going to be?
I'm not sure. Oh, Radio City Music Hall.
Radio City, that's a proper place, yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Big enough and small enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we visited New York once and we walked past it. I've never been lucky enough to go in for a gig.
Oh, I've been in there. Yes, it's quite a room.
Is it? Yeah, I would imagine it's an iconic venue. Mm-hmm. Have you played there then, yeah?
I played there one time with an event called like Lightning in a Bottle.
All right.
Blues thing. It was a big tribute back in probably 15 years ago. I don't know. Pretty good while ago.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was like a lot of people were there. How many people?
Cool place to be.
Like, you know, Robert Lockwood Jr.
Oh, wow.
Was Beatty there? No, Beatty was there. Odetta, Macy Gray.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of really. Natalie Cole was there.
Wow.
And a lot of people were not really with us anymore.
Yeah. So at least you got to play there. One day I hope to get to a gig, but there's a few places I want to go to, you know.
Yeah, that's going to be great, the Buddy Guy one.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, we did Route 66 a few years ago, and we started in Chicago, and we went to Buddy Guy's in Chicago. Oh. And that was like, for me, walking into a cathedral. And when I mentioned this to Joe Bonamassa, he said, that's one place I've never been in. I've never been into the place. Yeah, he's never been in Buddy Guy's in Chicago.
Well, you got to go down there, man.
Yeah, I said, well, you know, call him up on the phone, Joe.
I called Joe. Joe said, Joe, what up, man? Get your ass down there to hey, Buddy at the club, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you both can play there. Yeah.
He's a cool dude, man.
I like Joe a lot. I've known Joe quite a while. I like him a lot, and he's a nice guy.
You can play that good. You have to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Somebody will hate you.
Well, yeah, but he's a great player. He's a great player. You know, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah, so it's usually the greatest ones, the most talented, the greatest ones are the nicest people.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, he always. Yeah, I've never met anybody who wasn't nice, to be honest. And I've chatted to a lot of people, and I've never met anybody who's not nice.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you're the only one who threatened to try and be killed, though. If you told me where you were.
Yeah, I hope you know I was joking.
No. Buddy, the man threatened to kill me. You combine a lot of blues and country and gospel in your music. Has that always been part of your makeup?
I started out.
Genres?
Most of my guitar makings prior to 1994 was as a sad sideman.
Right.
Or trying to hustle up sessions and helping up work as a guitar player. So I wasn't necessarily looking at being up front. I mean, I didn't have the songs, I didn't have the voice, I didn't have nothing going for me that wanted all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was happy to just play with people. So in doing that, I got a chance to play a lot of different styles and have to work on a lot of different things. You know, I can't say I mastered any of them, but I got the chance to kind of like light around like a bee and hit stop on that flower, do a little bit of that, and go over there, a little bit of that. And by the time I got to the blues, I was like, oh, you know, I said, well, I want to get into this blues thing. And I started with a club called Marla's Memory Lane in LA. And I was playing with Monk Higgins and Charles Dennis. And it was this jam night on Monday nights when people would come in and jam. And I was in the house band.
Right.
Where I learned how, that's where they school. I got schooled. They pulled me aside, schooled me.
Yeah.
You know, and I literally learned how to play it. I got to play with people like Big Joe Turner, you know, Pee Wee Creighton, Billy Preston, and just people. I got to really witness a plethora of artists that were in the LA area that like to come down and play. You know,
so that is going to school until you pick a little bit of something from everybody you're playing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think a lot of artists started off like that back in the
good way rather than
40s and 50s. Yeah,
if I had jumped straight into the blues and been like, oh, I'm all about the blues, you know, I would have been kind of stuck. I think, you know, and not having the mobility that I have.
Yeah.
Move about.
So it was a good schooling then. Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Would you advise any younger player to do that, to come up that way?
Younger player, like a guitar player?
Yeah.
Study as much jazz and classical as you can.
All right. Okay.
And then learn your theory.
Yeah.
And then learn what a good song, what a great song sounds like. And learn how to play parts and learn how to stay out of the way.
Yeah. I would just stay out of the way. Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Yeah. Yeah. So who impresses you now with the younger artists that are coming through, especially in the blues, that are going to hopefully carry it on?
There's a bunch of them, man. It's like, you know, Harrell Davenport, Sean McDonald.
Yes.
You know, Kingfish,
John
Tavius Willis.
Yeah.
There's several looking around that are really kicking it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they are kicking. Yeah, I was lucky enough to see Kingfish on Joe's Blues Cruise 3 years ago. And that was the first time I saw him live, and he just blew me away.
Dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah.
Dangerous, man. He's got perfect pitch. He's a virtuoso.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He's not just he's a freaking virtuoso.
Yeah, and he's so young, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got, you know.
Yeah.
I think, what is he, 25 years old? You think, just...
Maybe, he might be a little but he was raised in the church.
Yeah.
You know, church kind of player. So he got the gospel thing, which is a great place for a blues player to grow up in church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the same thing as the blues, just a lot more sophisticated. So you learn all the good voicings and the good chords and the good stuff, and you have to know your theory. You know what I mean? You have to know at church.
Yeah,
you know?
learn it in church. Yeah.
Yeah, knowledge is great because when you get to the blues, I think that's the kind of thing that can set you apart. You know, as a player, it gives you a few more tricks up in your toolbox.
Yeah,
you can pull out. But at the same time, you have to have that Albert King trick where he just plays that pentatonic just to death.
To death, yeah.
And make it work on anything. He plays almost the same solo every time, and you love it every time.
Yeah,
you have to do that too.
that's a God-given talent, I think.
You know, I think when you can take it like Albert King, you can take a style and just be very narrow and not. I don't know how Ward was as a player, but he was famous for that settler. Stevie Ray Vaughan built a whole career on coming up behind him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
doing those same things. You know,
yeah,
you have to really understand what Albert was doing, because that applies that when you get all that stuff and all that knowledge, if you can't go back to that and get that, you kind of missed the boat.
I totally understand. So what's next? What's next on your agenda then? Another album in the mix or another tour? I'm
going on tour with Taj Mahal in September.
Wow, yeah.
And I've been going out all the month of September. And we have a couple of cruises. I'm going out on the a band tour with my band right after Taj Mahal. And next year I'm gonna work on another album beginning of the year.
Brilliant.
I'm like a band, my road band.
Yeah.
Where that's the plan. I hope it all comes together.
Well, I hope to, and I hope you get back over to the UK soon as well.
Yeah, I hope I get there too.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Keb. It's been an absolute honour and pleasure speaking with you again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, Keb. Bye-bye. Bye. We go. Bye.